Hi guys, it's Ronia again from Ronia Makeup House. I'm here for Melton City Council Learning Directory and I've got beautiful Alison here with me. And today we're going to do a soft glam. So this look could be great for your everyday look, if you're going for a job interview or maybe just going out with some friends. So I'm going to start by prepping Alison's skin. If you don't prep the skin properly at the start of your application, you will find at the end of the application, your skin's going to look dry, makeup's not going to sit properly on the face, especially foundation. So I'm going to start by prepping Alison's skin. I am going to use my Medic 8 Hydro B5. So I'm just going to sanitize my hands. I like to apply the serum with my hands and massage it into the skin. So I'm just going to apply a couple of drops. Look up for me. So I'm just going to massage that in. So if someone's got dry skin, this is great. Someone's got oily skin, it controls the oils. It really does moisturize the skin. And then I'm going to use my In-Release moisturizer. So I'm just going to put a little bit in my dish. And now I'm going to pick up a synthetic brush because I don't want my brush to pick up all the product. I want it to be placed onto the skin. So I'm going to massage that into the skin with my brush. And I am using the Ronia E7 brush. Okay, so after that's done, I always like to start with the eyes first. I just find it's not as messy. If you do get fallout with eyeshadow, you can clean it up. So if I do clean up under the eyes, after I finish my eyeshadow, I would reapply moisturizer to that area. So now I'm going to start with evening the skin tone of her eyelids with a concealer. I am going to go in with my NARS and my Shape Tape. Now I'm going to use the E1 brush. So it's a concealer brush, it's a synthetic brush. So first I'm going to apply the concealer all over the eyelids, by dabbing and stroking. So when I'm stroking, I'm blending. When I'm dabbing, I'm depositing product onto the skin. And it needs to be all consistent from the inner corner of the eyelids to the outer corner of the eyelids. And try not to put concealer on the brows. Once that's done, I'm going to get a blending brush, which is my E9 brush. And blend in any harsh lines in the inner corners and the outer corner of the eye. Once that's done, I'm going to use my paint pot in the colour Soft Ochre. Gina, thank you. I always start just on the lash line and bringing the colour up to the crease line on both sides by dabbing. Making sure I've got enough product and consistency is the same. And again, go back with the blending brush and remove any excess product or any harsh lines. Okay, now my lids are ready and prepped for eyeshadow. By using an eyeshadow base, I know the eyeshadow is going to last all night. Okay, so depending how big her eyes are or your client's eyes are or your eyes are, I've got different shapes and sizes for all different eye shapes. So Alison's eyes, she's got a lot of space in her eyelid, which is great. So I am going to start with more of a flat brush, which is my E15 brush. So we're going to start with the transition colour and apply it onto her natural crease line. So we always pick up some products. I am using Inglot Cosmetics eyeshadows. I always start in the outer corner by dabbing, and I am following her natural crease line. So you always start from the outer corner, and in between, if needed, go back and pick up some more product. So dab, 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 dab. Once I'm happy with my placement, now I go back in and I start to blend. So blending up towards her brows. Dab, 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 dab. I'm just blending all that eyeshadow. I've been a makeup trainer now for over 9 years. We have a makeup school in East Killer, but now we are moving to Ravenhall. We offer different subjects and different courses for all different levels. We offer courses at a beginner level, someone that's never done makeup before and wants to start it as a career. We offer beginners, intermediate, makeup short course. And then we've got courses for people if they want to refresh and upskill, haven't been in the industry for a while and feel like they need to come back and learn all the new tips and tricks and all the new trends. We offer courses for those people as well. So what we've done now, I've applied on my transition color. So my color palette today, it's quite soft in my brown colors today. So first I've gone in with my transition color and followed her natural crease line by applying it to the outer corner and blending it into the inner corner and going up towards her brows. So now I'm going to add a bit more depth to her eyes. So I'm going to get a smaller brush. The darker the color, the smaller your brush. The lighter the color, the bigger the brush. Now I'm going to go in with a darker color, more of a chocolate color. So this is my deepening color. Again, I do follow the natural crease line, so I'm a bit more tighter with my color and my placement. So I'm gonna create a V in the outer corner and go halfway in. And repeat. By going in and always blending, you can make one color look like 3 different colors. Just make sure you always go back in. You don't want any harsh lines and you want everything blended evenly. So now I'm gonna go in with a deeper color. So I'm gonna go in with a darker chocolate color and just place this just to the outer corner and into the top lash line. And repeat to the other side. The bigger the brush also, this is a really good tip to know, the more the blend, the more compact the brush, the hairs, you're gonna deposit more and it's not gonna blend as much. These are all my brushes and it took me years to design them. I did create these brushes first just for my students. So people started talking about the brushes. Now we're sold internationally, which is amazing. That was something that I didn't plan to do at the start. It's exciting. Seeing that makes me really happy because I've worked really, really hard. And the fact that we get so much feedback that they love the brushes, the quality is really good, makes me really happy. And if you go on ronia.com.au, they're available online. We also offer discount to makeup artists. If you're a makeup artist or a student, we offer discount to you guys as well. Before what I was saying, these are more your blending brushes and you can see they're a bit more fanned out. And then you've got brushes that are a bit more flat. I'm going to deposit way more product with this brush than what I am with this brush. So if I use this one, this is going to blend my product. This is going to deposit color onto the lids. So if I want to add more depth to an area, I'm going to use a flat brush, deposit a lot more product in the area, and then go in with my blending brush and remove any harsh lines. Our makeup school's for all different ages. We have women and men coming in their teens, and then we've got people coming in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s, their 50s. We've even had women coming in their 60s. Some people just want some help in applying their own makeup. Some people just need a little bit more confidence. So we offer that as well. So now I'm gonna go in and add some pearl colors to the mobile lid, just to the inner corner. So first I'm gonna dab, but not going above my crease. I don't wanna ruin what I've already done. My favorite eyeshadows would have to be from Inglot Cosmetics. The quality is amazing. I had the opportunity to work with Inglot Cosmetics for 9 years. When going out and finding a job, you want to be with a group of people that you feel confident and comfortable with. Everyone has a different beautiful, and I say, you need to find what's your beautiful. You might be a makeup artist that just wants to go into the bridal industry, or someone that wants to work in TV, or someone that just wants to be an educator. You need to find the right school that's going to help you grow in that area, and that's what we offer. It doesn't matter what level you are. When you come to us, we discuss everything with you. Where do you want to be in 2 years? What do you need help with? And we're there just to help out. We're not there to judge. It's a family, like it's a house, so everyone comes to the house, my house. Because Alison, she's got so much space in her mobile lid, I'm actually going to go back in and smoke it up just that little bit more. So I'm just going to add a bit more depth to the outer corner and a little bit of an angle. You don't want it to be straight. And then I'm going to go into the other side and repeat. The rule is when building up colour in your crease line, you should be using more matte colours. And then all your pearl eyeshadows should be applied on your mobile lid because it's more like shadow. You're creating shadow in the lid. So if I put a pearl colour in her crease line, it's not going to create any shadow at all. So you need to use matte colours in the crease line, and then your pearl's going to be applied on the mobile lid, on your inner corner, pretty much all over your mobile lid, but stopping at your crease line above. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with an eyeliner. I don't directly use the eyeliner on the eyes, especially with this coronavirus. You need to depot all your products. You need to sanitize all your products. You need to spray disinfectant on everything. So take a lot of pride in your kit and clean, clean, clean. Okay, so I'm going to remove some product, make sure I've got enough on my brush because I can't go back in. If I do go back in, I'm going to have to use a new brush. So now again, I'm going to go in and add eyeliner just to the top lash line. Obviously thick in the outer corner, and as I'm going into her inner corner, I'm getting thinner and thinner. Okay, so I used another brush. I didn't use the same brush because I can't double dip into my eyeliner. So I'm applying it onto her lash line and blending up. While doing makeup, and if you are a freelancer, make sure you ask your clients if they're not feeling well to not come to their appointment. So what I'm doing now, I'm going back with eyeshadow and going over my eyeliner and just smudging that out, just that little bit. This can be done with more of a dense brush or more of a blending brush. Okay, so after this step, now I'm going in with black eyeliner. I'm going to go in with a straight brush. So I'm going to get my client to close her eyes, and then I'm going to place my thumb on her mobile lid and start to apply some colour, really, really thin, just on her lash line, just above. Best eyeliner to use is Inglot Cosmetics. Some people have sensitive eyes, watery eyes, so I suggest you get something that's waterproof. So now I'm going to create a wing, just a little wing. So in between the lip of the eye, I'm going to go straight out, then up towards the tail of her brow. Look down, then fill in that gap in the outer corner, meeting in the center. Again, in between, get the client to look straight ahead. In between the lip of the eye, go out and then up towards the tail of her brows. Looking down, add depth, go in, finish it at the center. So fill in the gaps. Beautiful, down that way. Eyeliner, I love pretty much, wing liner suits a lot of eye shapes, but when we come to more down folded lids and once you start aging. So what I've done, I've gone in between the lip of her eye, and if you find that your lids are just dropping that little bit, go in a bit further. Don't start on the lip of the eye. That's a good trick to have. Woo, check you out. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some fullness to her lashes. I'm gonna use some band lashes. I'm gonna use it in the style of Ruby. I love the Ruby lashes, they're full. They're short in the inner corner and short in the outer corner. It lifts the eyes and it opens up the eyes as well. So all my lashes are named after my family, so all my sisters. I come from a very big family. We're a family of 8 children, so I have a lot of names. There's a lot of names. So we sell human hair lashes, we sell synthetic lashes, we sell all different styles for all different eye shapes. So depending on your eye shape, we have a lash to suit you. So with my thumb, I will go in and pull the band. We'll pull the band away from the plastic towards me, towards my chest. And by doing this, so section by section, you're not ruining the band. It's a really thin band. The reason why we've done it so thin, so it's quite comfortable on the lids. The last thing you want is to feel like you've got concrete on top of your eyelids. A lot of people, when I apply them on, they're like, oh my God, they're so light. Because yeah, you always have to look at the lash. Because they're human hair, they're very, very light. You're gonna love these. I like to put mascara afterwards. Alison's got nice thick lashes, so I don't need to put mascara on before I put the lashes on. So I'll grab my glue, get my tweezers. So on the inside of the lashes, the inside of the band, I'm going to start applying some glue just on the inside and a little bit on top of the band, not at the front of the band, because when I apply it on, you're going to see the glue and you don't want that. One, I'm going to let it sit there just for a little bit. When I apply on the adhesive glue, I let it just sit for a little bit for maybe a minute, but now I'm going to clean her face by using a wipe. So I'm going to remove any eyeshadow, any fallout to the bottom. We're also introducing brows has become a really big thing in the beauty industry. So we're also doing brow courses. It's great when you do makeup, you also do an extra job as well. So you pick something else that complements what you offer. So this could be like brows or hairstyling, tanning. So now I'll get my client to look down. So lift the lid, place it in the middle, get the client to look straight ahead. I'm happy with where it's sitting. So now I'm gonna press and secure the lashes. Look straight ahead. Perfect. Look at the difference. Look straight ahead. Okay, the lashes are on. I'm just going to apply some moisturiser under her eyes because I did clean up, so I have removed the moisturiser. So go back with my face brush. Okay, now for the foundation. When I match the foundation, I always look at the client's chest. I never match the face, always the chest. Alison is a little bit darker on her face, just that little bit. So I rather go in with a lighter colour and I can add shade to that colour instead of going in darker, then it will look too dark once we contour. So I'm just going to apply that onto my brush directly. So now I'm going to even Alison's skin. I've gone a little bit lighter, which I will deepen soon. Okay, so now I'm just going to add a little bit of colour to her cheeks, so add some shade. When you even the skin, pretty much you're removing all the colour away from the face if you want a full coverage, and then you've got to add colour back into the face, and that's what I'm doing now. Look up for me. Okay. So now I'm going to contour very lightly. So pretty much I'm just going to frame the face. Just to the outer corner, to the cheekbones. Look up. A little bit around her forehead, the hairline. I always leave under the eyes last because that's where it creases first, is under the eyes. So now I'm going to add my concealer. Alison's not dark under her eyes, so I'm just going to use a foundation as a concealer. Product is so advanced these days, especially foundation, that you don't need to use a concealer. You can use just foundation under your eyes and it will cover up what it needs to cover. Okay. I don't go right up to the lash line first, just a little bit below. I place it. And then I go back in and blend that in. Before I set her face with powder, I'm going to go back in with my brown eyeliner again and smoke up her bottom lash line. So I'm going to start from darkest colour, then going into my lightest colour, just to the outer corners. I'm just going to apply it on. Then go in with my bullet brush. And just remove any harsh lines. Going to clean my brush and now go in with a powder and eyeshadow to set that. Before I set her foundations, I'm going to set it with Skin de Navy Bridal Spray. Close. And let that set that little bit. So I need my powder brush. So now I'm going to set with a powder. So now with a smaller brush, it's a bit hard to use a big brush just under the eyes. So just a little bit of powder just to set under the eyes. Now I'm going to get a smaller brush to add bronzer. So where I've contoured with the liquid, I'm going to go back and contour with a powder. I'm going to use my Hourglass. Sorry, darling. With this bronzer as well, I'm going to pick up another brush and remove any harsh lines from the outer corner of my eyeshadow, just to finish it off. Looking good. Okay, so now for some blush and some highlight. I'm a big NARS fan as well, NARS Cosmetics. I love my NARS Cosmetics. Okay, so I'm going to add some blush. I'm using my F6 brush. I love this brush. You can use it for powder, you can use it for blush, you can use it for contour. So if you don't want to buy all the brushes, this is great for powder, blush, and contour in powders. You're looking good. Okay, so now I'm going to add some glow to the high points of the face. So I'm just going to do the cheeks. A lot of people struggle to fill in their brows. So I'm going to show you a little trick. You can buy the stencils from Priceline for $3. They're great to have. So I'm going to create shape on her bottom arch, just on the bottom, place my stencil. I'm not going to do the same shape. It's just for being more precise. So add some color there. Or you can just freehand.
Yeah.
A lot of people love the stencil. I can do both. Wow. Look down. Sorry. No one likes this. I'm just going to put a gloss over your lips. Once I'm done, I always go back with matte shadows. They can fade, so I always go back and just add that little bit more to the crease line, which I am today. This to me is glam, not a heavy glam, but others will see this as a heavy glam. So it depends on the client. Everyone's different. If you guys want to learn makeup or get into the industry or learn for yourself, go check out our Instagram page, Ronia Makeup House, or you can go online, ronia.com.au. I hope you enjoyed it and can't wait to come again.